Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first session of the Dragons Guild. As most of you know, this is a viewer interactive D&D stream. OMG, I just got here. Welcome, all my... We're running a little late, because first time, everything broke. But yes, so we are just getting started. I am TheDragonsRose. You all know me. This is my channel. I will be DMing for everybody tonight. We have a one way for you to interact with the stream, which is going to be through Streamloots. If you click on that link that I just sent in chat, you can get a free Streamloots crate. That's right, $0.00. And in the Streamloots crates, you'll get different cards that you guys can use to affect. What do you mean, not that one? What does that mean? It's broken? Of course things had to break. Right away. Okay, well, I'll try to fix that. While I'm fixing that, players, if you would like to introduce yourselves. We'll go in the same order that you guys did sound checks, if you remember. Starting with Xena.
Hi, I'm Xena. I'm playing Beisha, also known as Bay. I'm a lizard folk moon druid. I like to hunt, like to protect people, and I like to test the limits of what being a shapeshifter can be.
Was I next? I think you're next.
I'm Nico. I am going to be playing Lucier, who is a half-elf cleric, and yeah, that's about it.
Perfect.
Let's go. Hey everyone, I'm Shonnu. I'll be playing Dag, the Tempest cleric today. Just a large turtle sailor man, kind of younger, and yeah, just lovable turtle cleric.
Hello there. My name is Tiki Guy 4711. Also, you can just call me Tiki because that's a lot shorter. Tonight, I will be playing Joffrey Nosebiter, Rogue Extraordinaire. I'm sorry, Rogue Extraordinary. That's what I meant to say.
Exactly.
He is a high elf and very pretty, and that's all I'm telling you guys for now.
So here is the letter that the guild received asking for aid. It says, "Dear Bradley, there have been some strange occurrences here at the Church of Serenity. We've been hearing scratching sounds from beneath the floor for a week now. Whenever we go and check the crypt and storage below the church, we can't find anything out of the ordinary. Then, at the last service, monsters crawled their way out of the ground. Some adventurers who were passing through and attending the service were able to stop these monsters, but I fear more will return. The scratching has not stopped. If you can, please send some of your members here to find the source and put an end to this nightmare. I'll send some gold in advance and pay whatever you think is fair. Signed, Mari, the High Priestess of Serenity." Now, players, having been around this guild for some time, you are familiar with the goddess Serenity. She is a goddess of nature, and is usually seen as a very benevolent, kind god, also very much of a pacifist, and calls her followers to be as well. So her churches and members don't usually come under attack or scrutiny very much, but you have been called out to do this. Bradley, the guild leader, gives you guys, as a party, 150 gold for you to spend as you see fit in town, gathering whatever supplies you feel like you might need, and then you will set off towards the church. The church is basically about a 2 days walk south of the city the guild is based in, which is the city of Lilac. I will show you guys your map here real quick. And we'll wonder why it's not showing up on stream. There it is. So you guys can see you're up in Lilac in the northern part of the island. And so it's just about a 2 days trip down into the foothills to get to the Church of Serenity. So, is there anywhere in town you would like to go first, or supplies you would like to gather?
I personally feel prepared. I have my explorer's pack, which has traps and rope and ball bearings and all the usual goodies. So I think I'm feeling okay.
All right. Xena, did we lose Xena entirely, or just their camera?
I think we lost them entirely.
Oh no!
I think they dropped off.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
right
they
on
do
time.
right on time. I will check the waiting room for them, and while we wait, you guys can continue your little shopping trip.
Dag is 100% knocked out, snoring on the bar stool. Just
All right.
Yeah, I'm also feeling prepared for the mission. So
Okay. Perfect. You are woken up by the guild leader. I'm gonna pull Xena back into the group real quick. Welcome back. All right. Cool. So Xena, is there anything you would like to find in town or buy with the guild money? Or are you ready to go on?
I'm good to head out.
All right. Jimless is counting your disconnect as a death. Anyway.
perfect.
I mean, I guess it's fair. We don't have those counters on this screen, I realized right before stream started, but I'll fix it in post. Okay, you guys start your journey out for the first day. Can somebody roll me a d20 for the day?
I'll do it.
Okay.
It's either really good or really bad.
Often the options.
It is a 9. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but the screens are not wanting to reset unless I have them actively open, and I can't have everything open at the same time. But it's
All the
fine. I'll
tabs.
fix it in post. Okay, you rolled a 9. Perfect. All right. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from everybody, please?
This is a great way to start off.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
What do you mean?
you'll be fine.
All right.
Yes, we can.
We've got let's see, we got 24 from Lucier, a 13 from Dag, a 14 from Jeffrey, right?
Yeah, Jeffrey, Joffrey, whatever.
Joffrey. Which do you prefer?
I was thinking Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Okay. If not, I'll say them both.
Geoffrey.
All right, and
Geoffrey.
Geoffrey. And Bayshira with a 7.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys continue traveling, leaving the city and heading into the foothills. It is a very nice travel day. You have very temperate weather here on the island. You guys are just going, chatting, talking about, some quests that you guys have been on in the past for the guild, just getting to know each other a little bit better. And your day seems to go by without incident. So you make it into a decent way into the foothills, and what would you guys like to do for setting up camp and the night's long rest?
Lucier,
Yeah.
I wasn't really much comfortable with what was going on in this whole land situation, and I know being that you are one of them land folk, uh, you probably might have the best idea as to where we should sleep, because I have my home on my back. I would just slip right into it, but just so we're all comfortable, I just wanted to make sure that we had a nice spot. So if you see one along the way, let me know.
Yeah, will do. Are there any like plain or like grassy areas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are in like mostly foothill plains areas. There are the occasional like trees or large rock formations around you. You're not quite into like mountain country yet.
How
Um,
tall is the grass around us?
Probably comes up to. Well, that's really relative. I'd say it's probably about a foot tall.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not very tall.
It's not very tall, no.
So we're basically like wide out in the open then.
Yes.
Joffrey is looking very uncomfortable.
You good over there, buddy? You don't look so hot.
Well, you see, when you're in the wide open like we are right now, you can see everybody coming towards you, yes? But everybody can also see you, and that's not great.
I don't mean to impose, but I do believe they'd see me first, so none to worry about. I'll be glad being first target. I could take point if that would make you feel more comfortable.
Always.
Of course. Dag will reach down and kind of just grab some of the grass out because he's run out of kelp that he normally stores in his turtle shell, and he'll start chewing on it.
Okay.
How does it taste? Is it well watered? Is it dry?
It is well watered. It's a little salty. Not the best grass that you've ever had, but like it's pretty decent. This island is known by turtles around, worldwide for its grass.
It's not half bad.
Joffrey will pick up like a piece, sniff it, and like just kind of put it in his mouth, like tentatively.
All right. And players, remember, you are not allowed to vote in the polls. So.
So if this is where we're making camp, Joffrey will volunteer to take the second through final watches because he only needs a 4-hour long rest.
Okay.
I can take first watch.
You can take any familiar with the wilds.
All right.
I like sleeping, so I will. I'll take the last watch. I guess.
Take second.
All right. So for the sake of expediency, I will have you all roll your perception checks at the same time, knowing what order your watches are, and then we will address anything if it needs to be addressed. All right.
So it's around like sunset time.
Rolling
Yes.
Basura.
Oof.
It is around sunset time. Was there something you wanted to do?
No, I'm just kind of getting a beat on what's
Okay.
going on.
All right. So all of your watches do go by without event. Occasionally throughout the night, you do encounter various, nocturnal creatures roaming the area. You are in the wilds, but it's not super dangerous in terms of other people or creatures that would really seek out to harm you. You're not causing much of a disturbance. They don't mind too much. The only exception is Beishira. you, about like a half hour into your watch, you just like, you start to hear whatever the fantasy world of nails on a chalkboard is in your head. It just is awful scratching sounds that you hear, and you cannot shake it, you can't get it out of your head. You try like thinking of songs, or just whatever you can try to do to get your mind to not focus on these sounds, but your mind is just consumed with scratching.
Ugh. Kind of slink right up by my party and kind of give Lucia a little shake. Scratchy, loud, grr. Here?
I wake up. Do I hear anything?
No.
I don't know what you're on about, Beishra. The plane's getting to you or something? Not enough.
Not planes for scratching in head. Tremendous. Sound not go anywhere.
I don't know. I've got a bit of I've got an itch sometimes, but I don't hear anything.
Joffrey looks over and says, they make powders for all sorts of itching these days.
Ah, yeah. Very helpful.
Dag chimes in and goes,
Helpful. All right. You are able to complete a long rest, scratching aside. As Jim was pointed out, it's probably talons on stone would be your nails on a chalkboard. Either way, very uncomfortable. But you guys all complete a long rest, not that you're down anything, and begin your second day of travel. So can somebody else roll me a d20?
Me.
Go for it.
Now that's a respectable number.
A number.
All right, here we go. $16. All right. It is a very respectable number. You guys continue on your way. No wisdom saving throws. Everybody seems unbothered by any scratching noises, and be sure the scratching does subside in the early morning. It is a little bit more tolerable. As you are continuing, you guys do come across I realize I do not have a map loaded on this platform for this. So we're just going to use the outside of the Dragon's Guild. It's plainsy enough. You guys are continuing. You do find a very nice looking like a little pond basically in front of you. It's nice fresh water. You're able to stop and get what you need, get some water. And as you do see the water start to bubble. You hear a bit of a gurgling sound, and you do see a creature emerge from... Sorry, my screen is not loading. You do see a elemental emerge from the lake itself. So, when my screen decides to load, I will have everybody roll for initiative.
I'm assuming it's a water elemental since it came out of a lake?
Yes, it is indeed. So you can all right-click on your characters, click on that little sword and shield icon, then go over to the combat tab and click on your dice to let it roll. I'm going to reload my screen.
Natural one.
Let's go. The best initiative.
As this is happening, Dag will kind of just like start rubbing his eyes and be like, now, I've seen a lot of water in my days, but I haven't seen any water move like that as his head just kind of like nods up as he sees this water elemental just kind of rising out of this lake. Jeffrey, heads up, and then take a couple steps backward.
All right. I got chat screen loaded. Now I have to get my screen loaded. It's just so many things.
All the things.
All of the things. Okay. Here we go. Badoop. Oh man, what do you mean I don't have permission to create new tokens? Who do you think I am? I better have permission to create new tokens. Alright, you know what? I think I'm gonna switch which computer the damn screen is on. And hope that that'll work better. Okay, yes, because it's now only letting me load in as chatty. I really hope I did not just close the screen that chat was seeing. I did. I did it. Cool. Okay. Give me a hot second while I get this loaded. We'll use these blue flowers so you guys can see where Chatty's mouse is. That'll be where the elemental is if you guys want to position yourselves around accordingly.
Is it in the water or is it on the grass?
It is in... Well, it kind of consumed most of the pond that you guys were...
Oh.
around.
That seems a bit problematic.
We're going to be back over here.
Fake water.
I mean, if y'all are not fixing to be in the front, then I mean, I guess I step forward. I'll
Actually,
do my best.
Water scares no lizard.
I'll start there. If everybody's going melee, though, it's not going to matter much.
Yeah.
Alright, it is a big boy. They are large creatures. Alright, it is loading.
I'll start there.
Alright, let's see if I have permission to put things on my map now. Yes, I know I do, because I can see other things. Other secrets. Do you guys remember in the tutorial video how I was like, Foundry's best used on a physical mouse?
I do remember that. Yes, you very explicitly called that out.
Yeah, guess what my laptop doesn't have at the moment.
Dang.
Oopsie.
Oh.
Rough.
Oopsie whoopsie.
Ripsky.
Alright, well, you can see your friend there. So you can all reposition yourselves if you would like to.
I'm moderately far away from the danger. That's okay.
Alright. Oh.
That's a nice one.
That's some fast water.
That is some very fast water.
Rose,
Got some electrolytes.
Rapids.
What?
quick question, quick
Yes.
over the table question. So as, so like obviously we've been traveling a little bit for a while together. We've met a little bit before. How do we feel in terms of like sense of danger and anxiety going up against a creature like this? Is this something that's like kind of routine, or it's something like, oh god,
Oh
Yeah.
god, we're gonna die!
yeah,
You have definitely heard other adventurers talk about this kind of creature. You do imagine that it's gonna be a decent fight, but it's not life-ending by any means.
Okay.
If that helps.
Team, I just feel like this is gonna be a decent fight, but I think we got this.
Mhm.
I turn to everyone and I say that. And as I turn over my shoulder, I see Jeffrey just like running to the back behind us.
Positioning. Jeffrey is positioning.
Oh, man.
It seems like Jeffrey's leaving, but then it is Jeffrey's turn up first. So, what would you like to do?
Having been properly positioned, Jeffrey will drop to one knee, whip out an arrow, and use his steady shot as a bonus action
Okay,
to gain advantage on his short bow shot.
go for it. Oh, this computer's making noise.
With advantage. And Joffrey rolls a 23 to hit.
All right. That does hit. Yes. Roll your damage.
All right. And because I had advantage and because I have allies nearby, I do get to use sneak attack.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Which will do 14 piercing damage.
All right. I also didn't cover this in the Foundry tutorial, but you guys can always hover over the creatures and it will pop up how hurt they are. So you can't see their actual health bar, but I believe it goes down. There's like 5 categories, I think, so it goes down by like 20% each. Just so you guys have that for you. Where are we? Here we are. We're gonna...
Dag kind of turns and sees Jeffrey running, and he's like, "Well, what do you? You're getting on what?" And then sees like an arrow just like fly right by him, and then like stick the water elemental, and he'll be like,
For a minute, you thought he was proposing.
Tips his imaginary hat.
Alright, it is the water elemental's turn now. They are going to try to slam into Beishira. So, the first roll we've got here is dooby-dooby-doo. All right.
Sorry.
A 13. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
All right. They do attack again. This time it's a public roll with a 9. Ouch. So this water elemental reaches out and with its just like tries to smack at you with like whips of water. Not able to connect, which brings us to Beishira.
Foolish puddle, I was born wet. That's dramatic. I will walk around the elemental behind him and take out my scimitar and go in for a slice.
All right. And just a reminder for everybody in chat, if you guys have cards, specifically cards that Chatty casts or does something, you guys can use those while they are in the initiative order. Anyway, 23 does hit, so roll your damage.
And then I will also take a bonus action to use my Hungry Jaw bite and bite into the water.
Okay. You didn't actually get
Refreshing
enough
drink.
to drink before. Yeah, you're still pretty thirsty.
Yeah, I got that thirst. Let's see. Okay, it's marked as a unarmed. There we go. where should I write out the? I'm sorry, I don't have this set up.
Yes. So you're just gonna roll a d20 plus your. Oh, what do natural weapons use? Do these your? I think they use your strength.
Yeah.
So, in chat, you can click the little d20 icon.
Done.
And then add a +1. Yeah, 5. A 5 unfortunately does not hit.
Thirsty.
Water's kind of salty. You don't. It's not actually a good taste.
But
Yeah.
I'll spit it back out and spit back into the elemental.
All right. That brings us to Lucier.
I am going to cast Fairy Fire on the creature. Just like around here, but only affecting the water elemental. And then I will also cast Spiritual Weapon to just like start attacking him next turn and stuff.
All right. You.
And I'll move her here.
So they are both leveled spells, so you can only cast one.
Okay.
One of them has to be a cantrip to cast 2 spells in a turn.
Is
In
that
that
true?
case,
I thought spiritual weapon was a.
It is a bonus action,
casting
but it
time.
is still a leveled spell.
Still a leveled spell. Okay.
So yeah.
So you could do spiritual weapon plus radiant word or whatever it's called. That's the cantrip action.
yeah,
Gotcha.
I'll just save Spiritual Weapon for next turn then, and instead I'll cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. So. Okay. So,
My bad. I'll save. I'll save Fairy Fire for next turn and cast Sacred Flame and Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. All right. So dooba-dooba-doo, he will roll his Dex saving throw, which gives us he fails. So
Let's go.
yeah, you can roll your damage for that.
All right. He takes 3 damage.
He's 3 points sadder. All right. And then I believe when you cast your spiritual weapon, you can attack with it.
Okay.
Correct.
Then I will also do that. And that's a crit, right?
That looks like it.
All right.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It is just a large sword, or like a sword hovering around.
Nice.
Magical sword.
Heck yeah.
You need to roll another d8, my good person.
Do I?
I
thought I rolled it as a crit.
You can
I
just
only rolled
double
one.
whatever you rolled. So you rolled a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So 3, 4,
just
7.
7 then.
Yeah, I don't know why that did not actually give you crit damage. More things to fix in post.
Yes.
Neat.
Alright, so we'll do the 5, and then... did you roll again?
No, I was just gonna double whatever
okay.
the
Yep, that's fine.
crit the other dice was.
Okay,
So-
cool. Yeah. Okay. Alright. That brings us to you, Dag.
Dag will kind of just see all this stuff, like, or there's all this stuff happening around Dag, but like his world just moves so much slower as a turtle. So there's all these like flashing lights and arrows and things flying by him, and he's just gonna kind of just not just eyes focus on this water elemental, just like take a step forward, and it'll like reach out his like big trunk-like turtle arm, and it'll turn like all dark and blackish, and he will cast inflict wounds, and while reaching towards the water elemental.
All right.
Saying, I got it. Is he fairy fired? Right?
No.
He didn't get fairy
He's
fired.
not fairy fired.
Okay, so it's just
I wasn't able to cast
straight
that, yeah.
attack roll.
If you move down one, you'll be flanking with Bashira.
I like flanks. Dag will move.
That was more than one, but that's fine. You can go there too.
Oh, sorry.
Either one count.
Okay.
Reptiles,
Where
let's
is...
do it.
There it is. I will upcast this here. Attack at advantage. A dirty 20.
A dirty 20 will hit.
So this is 40, 10, yes. 26 and necrotic.
Ouch. This water no longer
Inflict
looks
wounds, man.
safe to drink.
I feel like from a character perspective, perhaps breaking the fourth wall here, it's probably not the best for me to contaminate water. But for the sake of you guys, saving you, Jeffrey, way back there shooting the arrows, I will contaminate this water for you.
Yeah, it is looking pretty hurt. It is near death.
That is my turn.
All right, that brings us back to the top for Jeffrey.
Sick of the smack talk, Joffrey will jump up there, dropping his short bow and drawing his rapier as he does so, and lunges in towards the water elemental. You notice his rapier is actually glowing a little bit with some purplish energies. Would this count as a flank?
If you come down one, it will.
We're not going to do that. We'll just roll normal like.
Okay.
As I cast Booming Blade, part of which is my normal attack roll.
Nice.
And as the blade strikes and you see it do this much damage, you also see that the elemental is now sheathed in some glimmering purple light as Joffrey then jumps back. So just as one solid motion, runs in, stabs the elemental, then jumps off to the side using his rakish audacity so that he cannot be hit with an opportunity attack.
All right.
You guys have this, I'm sure. I'll help out from over here.
Nice purple light.
Shiny.
Distracted by the shininess, it is the elemental's turn. He is not looking good. But he's gonna look around, and let's see, he has two options, so we're just gonna roll a d4. He's not very smart. Alright, he is gonna go after Dag.
I'm sorry.
Alright, he's going to he's going to attack with a 17.
Doesn't hit.
Rude. Alright, he's going to attack again. And he got a 15. So, again, he's just mostly playing drums on your shell.
Yeah, Dag turns his back and like all this water's just flying off his shell as he's kind of like watching Joffrey just do all his like purple light dancing stuff and appreciating it.
Awesome. All right, that brings us to Bashira.
frustrated that
I think we're back. What was happening?
I think
I
cast a
stabbed
bait
the
on
crap
it.
out of some water,
I stuck a sword.
and then we did a sword stib.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Beishra's turn.
Yeah, Beishra did a
I
slashy
splashed
with her
into it.
scimitar.
I poured some oil in the
You
water.
His
did an
scimitar.
attack, and then I
Mhm.
don't think I counted the damage because that's when everything broke.
Hmm.
But how do you want to do it, Beishira?
I kind of saw it as a large overarching slash from just like a full 90 degrees from top down,
All right.
hoping maybe there's a fish in there, something to eat.
Sure. Yeah, why not? You slash through this water. You get You get like a nice freeze frame of the elemental, kind of in two halves, and then the water just rushes all down to the ground and splatters everywhere. And you do see 3 nice-looking trout flippity flopping on the ground.
I jump down and immediately gorge on them.
How very droll.
Well, I mean, you could
Waste not good food.
have asked. Beijing, that was awfully cinematic of you, and I really appreciated witnessing that firsthand, right in front of my eyes. So, thank you for that.
It was quite glorious.
Well, so now we know to be careful about fairly large bodies of water. We could probably go tell the guildmaster about this, just so we have everything under books. But did you eat all 3 of those fish?
They're
Yes.
all gone.
Daddy takes a long sigh. He reaches into his like his backpack is like the back of his turtle shell, so he just like reaches into it, digs around. You just hear like a lot of like empty, hollow knocks, and just goes. Could ask next time if anybody would like some. I feel like that would be the nice thing to do.
I'm gonna
Use
pat
the
Dag
place,
on the
my
back.
fellow scaled friend.
Right.
Next time I'll save a tasty fish.
How do the fish taste, having been in the water elemental that had that like necrotic spell cast on it?
This type of stuff, and Dag kind of like flicks his left hand, and you see like all this like black dripping goo necrotic stuff just coming off it.
Not great, but if you're a lizard, like, it's probably okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of lizards eat carrion, so I'm sure
It wasn't like a gourmet fish dinner, but, you know. He's not gonna get sick from it.
Mm-hmm.
Did it cleanse the saltwater taste?
Yeah, now you just have like a kind of like brackish, like, just weird kind of stale taste.
Mm-hmm. Who did anybody get hit? Because I'll tell you right now,
Nope.
The water on that water was just flying off of my back, and I don't want to boast too much myself as a humble turtle man, but I felt pretty cool.
No, nobody got hit. I'm trying to control things on the wrong screen. Nobody got hit. I'm gonna just bunch you guys all up real quick so I can take you to the next map.
Fast travel, go.
Fast travel.
Did we just have character development?
What? You guys spend the next rest of the day. That made sense. You guys spend the rest of the day traveling, and nearing sunset, you would say like a half hour or so before, you guys find yourselves at the Church.
It's
of
so pretty.
Serenity. Yes.
Very pretty.
You guys,
Colorful.
coming onto it, you do notice a change in the ground as the grass starts to turn into fields of clover. And the church itself is sort of tucked away, surrounded by varying cherry blossom trees, and you see a very lovely pond to your left with fountains. You were expecting to be greeted by one of the priestesses, but as you arrive, it is eerily quiet. And I will take perception checks for those of you that would like to perceive more.
Me. Damn.
All right.
Come on, do the thing.
Okay.
Well, it's not rolling mine for some reason. I'm just gonna type it.
Yeah.
I think I got distracted by all the fish gunk in my teeth.
Yeah, Bashira, you're just sort of taken in
Oh,
the
there they all go.
prettiness. You do get.
It's a lot of roll.
We will
Take
take
the
the
first
first one. Yes.
I was like, I clicked on it. It's not doing anything. I better keep clicking.
Yes, that is probably how Shonnu ended up rolling however many dice he rolled and crashed.
No, I
he
actually did that
purposely did it.
deliberately.
No, that
That
was
was
by design.
intentional.
Yeah, I wrote it. /R
Oh.
99.
Oh, I see.
That was, yeah, there was all intent behind that. Just want to make that
It was much more intentional.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, Bashira, you start looking for a 4-leaf clover, so you're kind of distracted.
But do I find one?
Roll an investigation check. Dag and Lucier, you guys do notice. You do find one, but it takes a little bit, so you're busy doing that for a little bit. But yeah, Lucier and Dag, you guys, looking around, you do start to notice that there are certain areas in the ground where you see that there are, like, holes that have been filled back in with, like, loose dirt, and there's clearly not clover around those areas. And looking around, you see quite a number. They're clearly not natural. And Jeffrey, you start to notice as you guys are sort of surveying this area to the entrance of the church that there are various piles of ash around. Some of them are closer to these holes that the other two had noticed, that you noticed as well, but not all of them.
Do the piles look like they were created by burning body-sized things, or are they like random piles?
It looks like about a body size worth of ash. Yes.
Also, how big are the holes that we saw?
They would take up a singular 5x5 square. They're probably not 5x5. They're probably like 2 or 3 feet in diameter. And Amai redeemed a card.
Oh, God.
Oh, good. This is fine.
Giving you advantage to find a 4-leaf clover.
Let's go.
Oh. So do I check again?
So you found one, but if you roll better, you might be able to find some more for the party.
Okay, I'm checking again with advantage. It's a whole field. You have to find them.
Yeah, you actually find a little spot where like all of the clovers are 4-leaf clovers. It's crazy. So you have like a whole little bouquet of 4-leaf clovers that you have picked.
I will run up almost like doing a little lizard like zigzag sprint to
All right.
my newer friends and offer them like flowers in an ear.
All right.
That is kind of you. And
Joffrey happily puts one in the lapel of his jacket that is not on his artwork.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. I do like me some flowers.
Remind
In nature.
ears are the ones that are on the side of your head, right?
Yeah.
Right. Dag will kind of just take it, look at it, and just go.
Clover tastes pretty good. It is
No.
It's better than you tried the grass, right?
Mm,
Yeah, it's better than the grass.
better than the grass.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a sweet taste to it. almost.
Kind of sweet. Lucille, you got a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. So, I know you are a man of faith as well.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to at least get a little bit more of a know-how of what we're getting into, because I'm not too familiar with all these land churches that these land folk have, because I myself have just been seafaring even up till now. This is honestly one of my first times being on land, so I just feel like I should come to you to get a little bit more knowledge on kind of how these churches work.
Well, do you have any churches where you're from?
Yeah, but like I'm not very not. It seems just awfully like just odd to me. I'm not really. I'm just not familiar with the concept.
Well, normally in these big churches, there's a big hall with a bunch of benches, seats, and then at the front there's a altar or like somewhere that the priest, whoever's in charge, can tell everyone about their faith and stuff.
All right, that sounds cool. Like, did you see those as we're kind of walking along? Did you see those things in the floor over there?
The holes?
Yeah, yeah. Did you notice the same thing I did? Like those holes?
I did. I was a bit curious, but I am hoping to talk to whoever's inside here. Maybe they'll explain it better.
I mean, feel free. I'm not very good with conversating, so take the lead.
As we're walking up, Joffrey does point at each pile of ashes and goes, "That's where they burned a body, and that's where they burned a body," and just like repeats it, like almost like he's playing a game of I Spy with himself, but out loud.
Joffrey, what are you going on about?
Well, you see, you probably don't know this because you're from the water, right? So when you take a body and you apply liberal amounts of fire to it, it gets reduced down to, and he just kind of scoops up a handful, ash, and like lets it floof up into the air like he was blowing on a dandelion.
So what you just held there was somebody's remains.
I mean, it's about the right size. I can't say for certain. I'm not a medically inclined individual. I'm more making the body happen, less of a taking care of it afterwards kind of guy.
Dag's proverbial ears perked up at the word medical, and will come over and he'll go, well, be it that I might not know what this is and how it came, I could give it a shot. And he will reach down with his definitely opposable thumbs and scoop a little bit. And
turtles are part human.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. He'll kind of do a little pinky taste.
Okay.
What does it taste like?
Have you ever? I mean, it tastes like kind of like dirt. Have you ever eaten ashes? Of like the ash of anything? Like if you like charred something?
Shonnu? No.
Yes. Okay.
Dag? No.
It's like it tastes like if you charred something on the grill. It's like kind of bitter. Not a taste I thought I'd have to describe. It's like kind of bitter, it's chalky a little bit in your mouth. A little uncomfortable, kind of dry.
Yeah, Joffrey, this kind of makes me uncomfortable.
I want to like kind of poke around with my toe and see if there's any like femurs or something that didn't get like melted away with the burnings.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Oh, good. I suck at those.
I will offer.
Too late. That would be a 3.
Nope, you just kind of find ash.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Hmm.
He like kind of wipes his dirty toe off in the grass and then like his hand on the back of his pants, not realizing what he just did, and keeps walking towards the door of the church.
All right.
Does any I am I out of place? Just bringing this to the group here. I looked at Basher, I looked at Lucia, I looked at Joffrey. Am I out of place for feeling uncomfortable for wanting to go into this building right now?
Burnt plants never good.
It's not the most welcoming, certainly. I was expecting some servants or other holy figures to greet us, but
Yeah, you said there was an individual that was supposed to come out and greet us and walk us in all nice like. I mean, we're here to only help. I just don't want to run into another walking pile of water again. Is that, to me, I still don't know how to philosophically handle. Like, do I hurt it? I don't know.
Well, worst case scenario, whoever we were sent here to meet is dead.
Okay.
But we were paid in advance to do a job.
Right. So, are we free to go?
Well, I'm pretty sure we should still bring back proof that we did the job, you know what I mean?
Personally, as a werebear, I have a kinship with nature. I'd like to see this nature shrine survive. Makes no sense for piles of ash to belittle precious clovers.
As you are saying this, Bashira, you do notice that some of the four-leaf clovers that you... Goodbye.
Let's go. He notices nothing.
He's like, no, he knows exactly what's coming. It was like, out.
Yeah, thank you. So I turned off all of the little frames that were originally going to be around each people's videos, so now it's now it's whatever.
In the waiting room.
He's back.
Cool.
Well done.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Back again.
Help time.
Welcome back.
All
Tell
right.
a friend.
So, I was just telling them, I took off the little borders, and I never got around to making you guys little name tags, so it actually doesn't matter this time that your camera has been switching around, so it's A-okay. Anywhoosers, you notice that some of the four-leaf clovers in your bouquet are starting to wilt, but not in a natural way of most plants. It seems that there is necrotic energy that is moving from the actual blooms of the leaves and moving its way down the stem.
Some vile withering afoot.
And as this is pointed out to the rest of you, you guys can all see, especially around where you notice the filled-in holes, you can see this same kind of black withering starting to appear around these edges and around varying plants in this area.
Very quickly flick the clover off of the buttonhole in my jacket.
I see that happening, and I kind of look down to my stomach, and I'm like, oh boy.
I'll take mine out of my ear.
That just doesn't look like normal. For the short time that I've learned how land folk operate, not too happy with it. Not gonna lie. Also, Basher, I guess we're just gonna casually brush over that they mentioned the word werebear, and we're just gonna roll with that. I don't even.
He's a lizard, so.
I was gonna say you're a turtle. He's a lizard.
I'm a turtle. Turtles are the smaller folk.
And as far as I can tell, I'm the only normal one here, and that's saying
I'm
something.
a half gold.
The seer's a man of faith.
I mean, we got this quiet cat guy hanging out in the background, not doing nothing, saying nothing. He's the one I'm concerned about.
To relieve worry, I've been as I am for many, many, many years. Us werebear, we good. We purely like tree. We like plant. We like
Okay.
see forests do well.
Okay.
I don't bite recklessly.
Okay.
He does
Well,
bite
that
water.
makes one of us. And then he pretends like he didn't say anything.
You know, Bajra, I do appreciate how clear you're being, because your words are very right to the point, and I understand everything that you're saying and all the intent behind it. So, thank you for that. So now back to the wilting black holes that are kind of just happening over there. Like, I know that I really enjoy this discourse that we're having, but should we address that? And I turn
Look,
to look to the
I
wilting.
don't know how much we're gonna figure out just by looking at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys say we go up and see who's inside? I'll go up and knock on the door.
Joffrey is already halfway there, at least.
Y'all could take point on that. I will just
I open the door.
Dag digs his
Alright.
forehammer
You
into the ground.
die.
Sits. I cast death.
Oops. All right.
Do
Yeah.
I see
You see what you see, and by that it is the inside of a church. I am trying to control the wrong things in the wrong places. Here we
I
go.
see me kitty.
So you see a lot of rows of pews, followed by what appears to be like a little bit more ornate seating, and continuing up a very large altar with some larger, more comfortable chairs around, and sigils on the ground, as well as a lectern. Sort
Okay,
of
but the
front and
most
center.
no one
important
inside.
question, Rose, is this kitty real?
It is real, and it does look to be alive. It is not a necrotic kitty. And that is the only living creature that you see in here. You do notice up here to the back left, what would have been a staircase now seems to be a collapsed-in pile of rubble. The fireplace is no longer lit, as well as you can see a lot of the candle and lantern light around the area seem to be almost burnt out. And I will take another set of perception checks from those that would wish to survey the inside of the church.
And I can guidance, right?
Yeah, you're a cleric.
And I can guidance my fellow Lucier and say, look eye wide open.
Alright. So Lucier has guidance. Lucier casts guidance. It's just a guidance train.
Your first guidance of the campaign, how do you guide them?
I got a 3.
Alright. So we have a 18 from Bashira, a 21 from Jeffrey, a 10 from Lucier. Dag, did you roll?
Dag's not in.
Dag's not looking at things.
No.
Stuff and things. Alright. Lucier, you don't notice much more above what was just described to you. You do take in some signs of like different rubble on the ground, and you notice little patches of this necrotic withering seeming to come through some of the cracks in the stone flooring. You notice all of this as well, Bashira, as well as you start to hear the scratching again. You start to hear these talons on stone. It's not like it was before, where you knew that you were hearing it in your head. You can pinpoint different places where you can, if you touched the ground there, if you moved the stones, you would swear that is where the scratching is coming from. It has a very localized, real presence in this room. And Jeffrey, you can also hear this scratching as well. Again, with this same certainty of being able to understand where it is in the room. At this point, once you guys do start to hear this scratching, you guys see the cat jump up and sprint out the door. So you...
I try to catch the kitty as it's running out the door.
All right, make a dexterity check against cat. Oh my god, I'm using the wrong mouse. All right, and the cat's not actually a movable token, so he's just gonna be there.
And conveniently, my little icon on the chat is a kitty.
This is like a really old and kind of chubby cat, so yeah, you catch it pretty easily. It's not really hard. You mostly just like lean down and just pick it up. You don't have to be fast at all.
I tried to calm it down.
Okay. You try to calm it down. It is trying to wiggle free, but it gives up pretty easily. It does not seem to be a feral cat. It seems to be a very well taken care of kitty.
We have a new cat, guys.
Wow, it's cute.
Dinner.
No, Beishra.
Is it do I notice if it's a male cat or a female cat?
It looks like it's a female cat.
And I shall name her Ms. Grumpingkins.
Miss Grumpington.
Dag confusedly now starts to walk towards the entrance.
Okay.
What is that?
Dinner.
Oh my goodness.
It's not dinner.
Why isn't it dinner?
It's our pet.
This is Ms. Grumpingkins, and she shall be the new mascot for the guild if I have anything to say about it.
Well, why couldn't the fish be the mascot?
Because the fish got et.
Well, why can't we et this?
Because we're going to make it the new mascot.
Well, what if I wanted the fish to be the mascot?
Then you shouldn't have allowed
You should have
it to
acted
et.
faster.
I really tried, but I was kind of wiping off this necrotic goop off my left arm, and Beishra
My
over there
bad.
is very it's
Moral
okay.
is
Don't feel bad. I just wanted to
wipe goop
Don't-
later,
don't
act
cry.
first.
don't. Well, I'm just trying to understand why the what did you call it the
Ms.
cat?
Grumpingkins.
Oh,
Yes, it's a cat.
okay. The
Just
grumping
like Patty here.
Once you name it, it is no longer food.
is that's our moral line. So if we give it a name, then it is no longer food.
Yes, that's what my father told me once. He came to me and he said, "Child number 3, once you name a thing, it is no longer food."
Oh my goodness, that doesn't seem well. Thank you.
I'm
for
glad
sharing
you have a
that,
name now,
Joffrey.
Jeffrey.
I'm
You've
actually.
dealt with siblings too.
That must have taken a lot to come and share that with the group. So I applaud you for your strength. So thank you. So it looks like Dad kind of gestures to the empty candle lights or the dim candle lights, and he's gonna say, "Well, it looks like not a lot of people have been here fairly recently. So either we've been duped or this is a setup." And does some karate.
Come on. That scratching, it's back.
Yes, I hear
You
it
can
this
roll
time,
your
too.
perception check now that you are inside, Doug.
Okay.
I will put my hand on Dag's shoulder and kind of point out, using guidance, pointing out some of the tiles where I'm hearing the scratching, trying to point them out in particular.
Dag will take the clawed. Is the hand clawed?
Yeah.
Dag will take the semi-clawed hand on the shoulder and tap it and look at Beishra and be like, "I forgive you for eating fishes. I just wanted to raise a point. So thank you."
Appreciated, my fellow reptile.
And then I guess I can roll the 1d4. So 17.
All right. Yeah, you notice the same things that were described to you or to the other people. You can hear the scratching. You can see necrotic starting to make its way up through different points. You do notice, especially with the scratching, that why is my computer angry? Sorry. You do notice that the scratching seems to be more concentrated near these areas of the necrotic spreading. They seem to be connected. And yeah.
Lucier, I think my insight was correct earlier in saying that something about churches, specifically this one, from that incessant noise that I keep hearing, just doesn't sit right.
Well, I don't see anything actively in here. Do you want to check out how churches work here?
I mean, I kind of just see rows of chairs and looks like some individuals will sit and kind of listen to some individuals speak on something someone wrote about. I don't mean to impose, it's just kind of what my meager view of what this building seems to serve for.
Yeah, come over
Can
here.
I
Let me
make it-
show you.
Can I make it, Rose, as far as these collapsed, what you said looked like collapsed stairs over here?
Yeah, you can head in.
So I would like to go and start kind of checking that out.
Yeah.
I'll
you-
follow right behind you.
Should be able to click and drag or arrow key yourself to wherever you would like to be.
Buttons.
Now, Jeffrey, as you're going along, just be careful. Watch your step. There he goes.
Can I read what whatever their book is here says? Like what sermon they were on?
Languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Orc, Draconic, Celestial.
Do you say this out loud?
No.
I'm just curious, just for my...
No.
That'd be really funny.
What a linguist.
Yes, it appears to be a it appears to be a book of I mean, you're familiar with these. Most religions have them as a sort of like book of worship. Like it'll have different stories and phrases or parables, whatnot, lessons to live by, that sort of thing. Kind of Bible-esque, but it's not like written from one time or like a collection of stories. It's more like a textbook of sorts. But for this, it is written in Celestial, and it is open to a page talking about like respecting nature and like making sure it is cleansed, and like plants will only grow and thrive in areas that are respected and taken care of, and that it seems to have some connection of like maybe they were attempting to try to get rid of whatever necrotic thing is happening here by blessing the area.
Okay.
Once I get up to the stairs, did it look like they also went up or just down?
Once you get there, it looks like they just went down.
Okay, and does it look like this was, are there any like axe signs or something that makes it look like they collapsed it intentionally, or was just like a cave-in kind of thing?
And it looks natural, like a cave-in kind of thing.
Dag will kind of head up and join the rest.
All right.
Where's the nearest scratchy tile?
The nearest... Oh, mouse. From where you are, the nearest scratchy tile... Let me get my little... draw. Is coming from here.
Can I walk up and kind of like scratch at it in return with my own claws?
Sure. Are you attempting to, like, actually make...
I'm trying to see if the tile comes out, but I'm also scratching back at them in frustration.
Okay. Just roll d20 plus your strength.
Okay.
Whoa!
Well, not getting any better than that.
Yeah, you are definitely able to scratch back at it, so to speak. You are able to move some of the tile to where you see some dirt, but the dirt is quickly falling away, it seems. And you actually start to make out a skull, as well as bony hands reaching up, clawing their way out.
Beishra, what you got there?
What you got there? Drop it!
Tile up. Bony skeleton coming up. Upon
Give.
can I
Good.
take that tile, put it back down, and try to stomp it back into the floor with my foot?
It's like the zombie episode of Adventure Time where you're smushing it back into its grave.
Yeah. Just
shove
trying to
them
get rid
back
of
in.
it.
Oh God.
Yes, you can. So you're trying to you're trying to like push it back down?
Yeah, I'm trying to push the tile back on and hold it down with my weight.
Alright, yeah, just make a strength ability check.
Luffy kind of vibes.
Oh no.
You start to push, and you are able to like push some of the dirt and stuff back down, and you think you're making progress until you see the hands grasp on either side of the tile as well, and not push it back up towards you, but slide it out of the way and come crawling out. With that, I bet y'all know what I'm about to ask.
What time is it?
Initiative time!
Do I get another thing I can do first?
Sure.
Okay. Dag, as a fellow man of faith, but not particularly the faith that is here, would like to present his holy symbol and command the undead to turn.
Alright, you're casting Turn Undead?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was the prayer I just spoke, but Dag actually said it, but not in the voice that I did it in Dag's voice.
Alright. Do.
And they hear through the floor.
Yes. Okay, so... Okay. We're just gonna maybe crash the game real quick.
Okay.
Nice,
Slight,
nice.
easy.
You love to hear it.
All part of the plan. Panic.
Beautiful.
I mean, it might not, because it's just dice that I see. Ooh, there's a nat
Lord.
20 in there. It's
Nat
spicy.
20. Don't like that.
Okay.
In there.
Did you not like my choice of words?
There's more of them.
Plural?
What? No, never. Who'da thunk? Okay, yeah, this guy, is very scared of you, and is going to, let me make sure I know what I'm doing. A turn creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can. It cannot willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action to try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. Okay. Cool. So... yeah, you see this creature... well, actually, you cast that, like, right before initiative starts, so their action will happen on on the monster's turn.
Cool.
But is everybody in initiative? It looks like it. I'm only putting... monsters will all go on the same turn, however many or few there are of them.
Oof.
Just so you all know. But yeah, I think I have everybody in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the Skelly Boys go first. This one does skitter away from you. Very unhappy with what you have done to it.
So fast.
Oh my god. My
Oh, it got
screen's
out of
too
the
small.
floor?
My screen's too small, it won't let me move it the right way. Yeah, so it continues to... okay, screen. It skitters out from the floor and runs away.
Perchance an attack of opportunity.
Yes. Yeah, actually all three of you could take an attack of opportunity if you so desired.
I will.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is that normal or with advantage?
It is normal. Nobody is flanking.
Natural 20.
Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. Where are you? Okay. Everybody hits.
Crit damage. 15 damage.
3 damage.
Okay,
No,
so
6 damage.
I guess I lied. You guys all just, with your various melee weapons, hack into this creature, and the bones just shatter apart. Whatever was holding this skeleton together is no more. There is just
Whack-a-bone!
Whack-a-bone, yeah. There's just a pile of bones. The bones, like, scattered farther than you would expect just because all three of you hit it at the exact same time. That skeleton is no more. I'm gonna leave him. He's the one that's in initiative, though, so he's still gonna hang out. He'll just be this guy. You do see another Skelly Boy climbing their way through. A couple of other Skelly Boys climbing their way through where you had heard some scratchy sounds. And so it is pretty much their full turns to uncover themselves, and but by the end of the turn they are up and standing and vaguely ready to fight. So chat had voted for a D6 or a D8, so we're gonna roll a D7.
Okay.
Plus
Okie
2
dokie.
to see how many you have at the moment.
I'm sure this is fine.
I mean, it
This
could
is
just
fine.
be 3, or it could be 9. Who knows?
Oh,
6. 8.
It's 8.
okay.
So I have put
8 more skeletons.
8 more. No, the ones that are on count. So there are 4 on. So
Oh, that's good at
we'll
least.
throw 4 more. Just random spots. I can't count. I think I have one more guy. I'll throw him this way. So yeah, you guys just hear all of these skeletons emerging now.
That's a lot of creepy stuff. God, you know, Lucier, you're not doing a great job of convincing me to appreciate this sort of land faith that's going on here. But I guess time to handle business.
Well, I was only trying to convince you when there was
No need to stutter, Lucier. I'm just right here. Spit it out.
holy creatures.
There it is.
I don't.
Joffrey looks over his shoulder. What are you guys up to? Oh my god.
That's what I make sure the tile and the bone and the dust. If you, sorry.
Try to meet at the altar, maybe.
I mean, you don't have to yell so loudly, Lucy. I'm like literally right next to you.
I'm trying to reach Jeffrey as well, so
Right.
he can get away from the undead that might come to him.
Okay. Well, how about let's all head as a group towards there, and then
Yeah.
move as such.
Plan good.
All right. So it is Joffrey's turn next in initiative.
Joffrey. Wow, that's really fancy
Next
animation
up.
to let me know that my turn is up. Joffrey is going to, again, take out his short bow, whip out an arrow, drop to one knee, and steady shot on this one that's closer to him.
Okay.
So, this bony boy right here.
Yeah. Go for it.
Right. Short bow. And that is with advantage because of the steady shot.
Yep. That'll hit.
So, okay, cool. And because I had advantage, I get sneak attack on that. 1d6. So that's going to be 8 damage on that skelly boy there.
Alright, yeah, you definitely watch your arrow go through. It seems to, like, take off a whole femur. Skeleton's still standing, but it's missing some bones.
Fantastic. And that is my turn then, I guess.
Okay. Alright, that brings us to Dag.
Dag will grab his holy symbol and kind of just like take it from under his cloak that he's kind of wearing, and then it'll start like shining, and then you just see like from the roof there's like this shimmering green, kind of dripping, spectrally wet. Oh, it's a large piece of kelp that kind of just drops down and slams kind of like 15 feet in front of him, and Dag will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Your spiritual weapon is a piece of kelp.
It is a large piece of kelp, Rose. Do not
like-
undermine. Yeah, it's just like
Slurp.
Alright,
just
and
kinda
where are you throwing this
squeaking
down?
about. Good question. Let's pick. Cast it. Let's put it like.
Yeah, if it gives you
Oh.
that measured
Did I?
template, you can put that down.
Place measured template. I kind of want it like here. Do you see where I put it?
I'll find it eventually. I have a tiny screen.
It's right where your cursor
Oh,
is.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
accidentally put down 2. So
Okay,
I've,
which
I've,
one
I've
did-
erred.
If you click
in
on
middle.
the center with the little poofy thing, or I guess it's on the side
done
of
it.
the 5x5. You've done it! Alright. Perfect.
Okay. Yes. My kelp will be there. And then I will. So that was a bonus action, so I can use a cantrip as an action, perchance.
Uh-huh.
And Dag will kind of just like grab his warhammer, kind of stick it into the floor, and like you see his like glass ball atop his little wooden staff, kind of heat up and turn very flamey flame, and I'll cast Sacred Flame onto the guy in front of the kelp.
Okay.
So, yeah. And that would be a DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
All right. Wow.
Yeah. That's a really dexy skeleton. Dang it. Dag
He
will
just,
curse.
all the bones separate, it goes through him, and then all the bones collect back
It
together.
just like cartoon just jumps out, jumps
Yep.
back in.
Yep.
Lucia, you really got to educate me on what's going on in these churches, because I don't know what the heck I just saw. And my turn will end.
All right, Lucier.
I don't know either, man. All right. I am going to go ahead and cast Scorching Ray on 3 skeletons. I'm gonna first target the blue one at the top of the church.
Okay.
Does a 9 hit?
I'm actually going to check.
That actually might hit skeletons.
It does not.
I'm going to attack the one below that, like, to the right above me.
Careful where you're shooting those things.
That's a 10.
Pew! A 10 does not either, no.
Goodness.
And then I'll shoot the one just that Dag was also trying to hit.
Okay.
And that's a 16.
That will hit.
There you
Alright.
go.
9 damage.
All right. Okay.
And then I will move on to the altar over here.
Okay. As you get to the altar, you do notice a sort of a black glowing presence that seems to be coming from around this center flower pot that has roses in it. But like beneath it, you see this like glowing black pulsating glow.
All right. Actually, rethink. Let's not head to the altar, guys.
Head to the altar?
Do not.
No.
And then I'll end my.
I'll be there in a second. Calm down.
I'm trying.
Alright, there is nothing in the queue for Chatty, so we are going to go to Bashira.
Okay, So where was this flower
Right where I'm
flower
standing.
pot shaking, or something below the flower pot?
Something below the flower pot is glowing. You can't actually see it from where you are. The Lucier can see it, because they are close enough now.
I see. Well, I am going to stand up by the middle of the room,
Mhm.
and before I wild shape, I am going to cast a moonbeam.
Hey.
And let's see. Okay, this is the targeting. Right here on this. So I believe it's like,
The blue skeleton on the left.
yeah, the blue skeleton
Ah.
on the left.
Thank you,
So
guys.
like right here.
Yep.
So that'll be a DC 14. I believe it is a con save.
Alright, did you send the spell in chat?
I just sent
there.
it in.
There.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he definitely fails that.
Nice.
And oh,
No!
Oh, rip.
That's
Oh!
a good one.
The least powerful moon
F and
ray
chat for the
ever.
2d10.
Two
Well,
natural
while the
ones.
moon fails me, I will also use my bonus action wild shape to turn into a dire wolf.
Wolf?
Dire wolf.
Okay.
Quick, give him a name.
Fluffles. Fluffles.
All right, I will. That's the end of your turn,
Joffrey
right?
shouts out, Fluffles isn't
Yes.
food either.
Okay, I will. You will have
Noted.
your wolf by the next round. When we're back to your turn.
And
Until-
I will quickly, as I transform
Yes.
and get on all fours, staring at my moonbeam, I will look to the roof and just let out a blood-curdling howl, challenging as many skeletons to come up and see if their bones are too much for me.
All right.
My proverbial ears are twitching.
A big wolf.
Yeah, dire wolves are large creatures. It's about as big as the elemental that you were fighting. Okay, I am going to give you permission of it. There you are, owner. Oh, owner, save changes. Okay, you should see it in the actors
I
tab.
see him.
Cool. I'm going to take regular you off the map for now. But your direwolf should have vision. If he doesn't, let me know.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So, it is... How did Chatty end up at the... What? What?
Cheating.
What just happened? Okay, I don't know what that was about. Whatever. Oh, because I took Bashira off because you had the initiative roll as Bashira. I am a hooligan, and I forgot how this game works. So Bashira, you were last in initiative. Yes.
Yes, I was
Okay.
last.
All right, I will remedy this real quick. Oh well, you rolled low anyway.
Yeah.
Perfect, I remedied it. Okay, the Skelly boys are going to go.
No.
You see that they are all actually going to make their way to the altar.
It's here.
Yeah, poor Lucier. Okay. So, come on, buddy. Move your butt. This one is going to attempt to run basically around you, Bashira. As a wolf, you get you can use your reaction if you would like.
Am I able to try to make an attack?
Yes.
As a reaction?
Yeah. Sorry. You can make a melee attack of opportunity.
Okay, I will take a bite attack.
Nice.
Roll. Oh. What was the total?
Is it 12?
A 12.
All right. A 12 does not hit.
These skeletons are armored.
They're tough.
They are.
Oh
tough.
my god! How many are you putting there?
It's all of them are running there.
What are their movements? Jeez.
30. So most of
Their
these guys
movements are by any means.
only one so far is actually going to be able to attack. Okay. Oh my god, this computer screen is killing me. Okay, you can just go 55. I don't care. And he's not going to get as far. But he does pass you, Dag. Bashir already used their attack opportunity, but you have one if you would like to use it.
I would like to.
Oh my god.
Dag
It's a good
will
thing you guys cannot see my screen.
attack.
I know you can see the ruler going everywhere, but oh my god.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 is a glancing blow, so you will do half damage.
Half damage.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for the subscription beta tested your girlfriend. Welcome in again.
Woo!
Woo!
What a great name.
Right? Isn't that really
That is a
funny?
fantastic name.
It is a solid name.
Beta test. Gotta love it. 6 damage.
All right. Okay. Now it took me for frickin' ever to move those guys. Good lord.
My kelp also slaps them, but
Slippity
for fun.
slap.
You did 13 damage?
Halved
Half.
to 6.
Thank you. Apply half damage. Boop. He's not happy. Okay. So only one is going to attack you, Lucier. It pulls out a short sword, seemingly from out of nowhere. And it is going to attack. With a 21.
That hits.
Alright. It is going to do 8 points of damage as it slashes at you.
Alright.
This one's coming. And that is the Skelly Boy's turn, so it is your turn, Jeffrey.
All right. So Joffrey is going to again drop his short bow,
Okay.
and he will run up here. As he's charging up, he whips out his rapier, and again you see it glow purple as he does a stab for a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits. Which one are you hitting? The one right next
This
to you?
one that I'm right next to.
Perfect.
And for the damages, it is going to be... So on top of that, 15 damage.
Alright.
Nice.
It is dead.
Cool,
You see
cool.
it just collapses down into a pile of bones.
And bonus action dash.
Okay.
Just, here.
And once you are this close, you can also see this glowing black.
Okay. Cool, I definitely don't want to be by that. So bonus action dash over there.
Alright.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Dag.
Dag sees like all these guys gathering up on Lucier and goes, no, 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 and will run as fast as a 500-pound turtle can run, which is 30 feet per round, and will run 30 feet.
Don't run directly to me if you can.
I run directly towards Lucier, and then I like grab my holy symbol again and say, "Begone, skeletons made of dust and bone, old land folk." And that's not Dag's voice, sorry. And then his holy symbol shines, and I will cast Turn Undead.
Alright. Can you cast?
Again.
That's a spell, right? It's not an ability?
It's an active
is
ability.
it once per
I
thing?
think it's once,
That's what
yeah.
I'm wondering.
Don't
I know
worry
at higher
about it.
levels you get it multiple times. I don't know about at level 3.
Yeah.
I think it's only one.
It's once per day. Okay, so
Just kill the one next to you.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do instead. And Dag's about to run, sees this all play out in his head, and goes, no. Dag grabs his warhammer, and you see the glass ball on top kind of just like shine this like purplish color, and like you see this beam just shoot out and blast Lucier, and there's like this shimmering glow around him that's covering him, and I will cast protection from evil and good.
Alright.
And
you do have to touch him to cast this.
oh, is that so? Yeah, you are very right. How very attentive. Then I will run up and touch him.
Tippity tap.
Tippity tap.
You
Can
see
I
the
move?
turtle come charging at you, Lucier, and like just barely stop before like ramming into you in the back of the altar. And they just give you a nice little tap.
Yeah, so I cast Protection from Good and Evil, and I'm like panting. I'm like looking around at all these skeletons. And I say, Kelp! And I want my kelp to just move from where it was and just attack the skeleton that it can get to the nearest. So I think it's 30 feet of movement.
It's 20
action.
or 30, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm moving you. I didn't mean to move you, Lucier.
I only have a token for it, so I'm kind of just going off of that square that I drew.
Yeah, you should be able to click on it and move it. If not, go over to the little ruler on the side, and then you should be able to click and move it.
Okay. Let's see. This. How about this? Okay, so I'll move it to like here, and then I will attack.
Okay.
Where is spiritual weapon attack? Normally does a 13 glancing blow. You said.
Mm-hmm.
A damage. It would be 3 damage.
All right. Okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
That brings us to Lucier.
All right. I am going to look at all the skeletons around me and just say, like, well, Dag, let me show you what some land clerics can do, and I'll use Channel Divinity Radiance of Dawn,
Okay.
Goodness.
and that'll they all have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, let there be light.
Four.
As
That
I
sounds copyright.
That sounds copyright.
I'm pretty sure the copyright runs out after so many years.
That's so
Oh no!
many D20.
I rolled them all and it crashed my game.
it looks
Alrighty.
Is that
Four-
85 damage?
4 of them succeeded and 3 of them failed.
Okay. Alright, I believe they take damage either way.
Yeah, 14 on a failed save, 7 on a successful save.
Alright, we'll wait for my game to reload.
Oh, it actually crashed you.
Yeah, no, it actually crashed it. Okay, so we're back. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to... Your DC was 13.
Okay.
Okay.
So 4 of them succeeded, 3 of them failed.
So we will start down here. You succeed. So success takes half damage, right?
Yeah, 7.
So they succeeded, and they're still dead. They failed, so they're dead. They failed, so they're dead. They succeeded, so they will take half damage and live.
Quote unquote live.
This one succeeded, so they will take half damage and live. And then this one succeeded, so they will take half damage. And this one failed, so they will take full damage and die. Alright.
Nice.
That brings us to... There's nothing in queue for Chatty, so that brings us to Bashira as a wolf.
Oh, I guess with my enlarge in size, I will move right up over here
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to move the moonbeam to. Am I able to move it, or do I just need to make another one?
No,
Yeah,
I
you
believe
can
you
move
can
it.
move it up to
Can move it.
20 feet, I think.
Should say in
It
the
should,
spell.
yeah, it should say in the spell description.
Oh no, no. That part's I think it's like up to 60 feet.
I will.
I can move it up to 60. I just
Okay.
meant, how do I do that in the UI?
Yeah, 60.
So if you click on the ruler, the straight ruler on the side in the second column, and then if you, yeah, then you
Isn't
should be able
the-
to measure out where you want it to go. But that's 60 feet, so I lied. Click on the L ruler.
Yeah.
And then you can click on the star explosion thingy, and then drag it wherever you want it.
Ah, I see. Then we will drop him here,
Okay?
and in the meantime, I will make a bite on the ghoul next to Lucier, but also next to me.
Yep.
I mean, the skeleton. And since he's within 5 feet or so, I'll do that with pack tactics.
Nice. Moonbeam.
Nice.
Yeah, that hits.
So, it's probably dead already, isn't it?
With 9 damage, it is, indeed.
Sick. Go Fluffles.
And if there's like a rib cage, I'll just gnaw on that until
Sure.
the next round.
Alright. You settle down with your bone. And that brings us... Oh, well, the skeleton who was in initiative died. But that brings us to the skeleton's turn. There's only 2 left. They are going to both come up...
Doesn't one take moonbeam damage?
Oh, it does take moonbeam damage, yes. I don't have Moonbeam is not one of the spells I have memorized. Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so-
pulling it up.
It must
It's,
make a con save.
DC
take
13 con save.
2d10 radiant on a failed or half as much on a successful. Alright, so roll your
Not roll a
damage.
2 again.
Well,
14.
regardless of what it rolls, it dies.
Nice.
But just for fun, it really dies, as opposed to just
Super dead.
most dies.
What a play,
All right.
Fluffles.
Well, this skeleton is still going to attack.
Die.
Die.
Dies, actually.
The skeleton is going to attack Lucier again. It attacks with a 17.
Has
That
disadvantage
misses.
because it's the protection from good and evil.
Ah,
Oh,
Does
yeah,
a
it
7
already failed.
I was gonna say if the
Yeah.
17 doesn't hit, we'll see if it gets a natural 1 and stabs itself, but oh, it was close to stabbing itself, but did not. Alright. That's its turn. That brings us to Jeffrey.
He's in the waiting room.
Oh, I did not even notice he can disconnect. Thank you. But Jeffrey, it is your turn.
Alright, so Joffrey runs up.
Joffrey.
Doesn't bother with the booming blades. He just does stab with the flinkety flank.
Stibbity stab.
Blinkety
Yep.
blink.
You have advantage.
Clickety clackety, roll to attackety.
That'll hit.
I'm just gonna crit fish real quick. Okay, so we'll take the hit instead of the miss. And
We'll take the hit.
damage. Stabab for
Stab.
9 more stabbings.
Alright, you stibbity stab it to death.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
You guys have successfully defeated the Skelly Boys that surround you, but you are still faced with this glowing black orb in front of you. Well, the glowing black presence beneath this flower pot.
I run up to Fluffles. Your name is Fluffles. You did a fantastic job. Thank you so much for your service.
As I chirp happily, can I move the moonbeam onto the pot?
Sure.
So is it right here in the center?
Yeah. That's it. Alright, you do so. You guys do have trouble seeing the black essence and its sort of energy coming from it through the moonlight, but you are able to still make it out.
Okay. There's a thing.
I'm gonna step back a little bit.
Okay.
And I will step a little bit forward. Am I able to talk while in wild shape? I forget.
No.
No, and also, technically you're not supposed to be able to cast spells, so you can't cast any more.
Well,
I messed up.
But I can. I assumed I was staying concentrated on Moonbeam.
I have to check those rules after session, but I didn't think about it till I'd let you do it once already, so... I do not think you can cast any more spells, though. I mean, I do not believe you can talk.
That part makes sense to me.
You can...
In that case, can I, mime, scraping at the tile floors with my paws?
Yes.
Looking around
you all see
part.
Fluffles, pretending to scrape, as opposed to actually scraping at the...
I will move back with Ms. Grumpkins because she does not seem comfortable around our puppy friend.
Okay.
Dag is kind of just riding on this piece of driftwood that he has, just kind of what's happening, just so he can give a good log to the guild master.
Okay.
When needed. So, Grumpkins, not food. Buffles, not food.
He got a name.
He got named. He is no longer food.
So, y'all, do you think I should hit it?
We could kick it over, see what happens.
You see Joffrey taking another couple of steps back. Yes, that's a fantastic idea.
Why do I get the feeling that you don't think that's actually a good idea?
Hey, Jeffrey said it's a great idea. I'm gonna kick the flower pot over.
Whack. Your turn to be Revan. Yes, you kick the flower pot over, some dirt spills out of it, and underneath it you do see a carved out hole and this black gem underneath that seems to be what is emitting the glowing presence around you.
I kind of sit down and I get into the when you see Dag sitting crisscrossed, it's almost comical, just like this boulder that's sitting there, but he's just gonna so carefully sit around it with his palms and kind of just hover around it. You see some glowing light come from his hands, and I will do a detect magic, kind of just within this 30 feet.
Yep. You can sense a very strong necrotic energy coming from this gem.
Lucier and Fluffles and Joffrey, guys, this is some deathly garbage right here that I don't want to mess too much with. Do we have any safe way to transport this? Should we call? I don't know what protocol is here.
is there a protocol from like the guild handbook or whatever of like when you find a necrotic gemstone, remember these simple steps?
Be sure to follow steps 1A, 1B.
Make a history check.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and be like, according to page 37 of the.
Yes, and anybody who wants to can make an intelligence check as well.
Hey, I'll take that.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Would I be using wolf intelligence or my intelligence?
You would use your intelligence, but you
Alright.
wouldn't be able to communicate it.
Yes.
Mhm.
So. Okay. Yeah. You do remember some stuff from guild orientation, which like you mostly were kind of bored through. You know, I mean, who loves orientations? You have some options. While you could take it back with you, they don't recommend it because having stored necrotic energy in your possession will probably lead to you taking necrotic damage the whole time, even if you like try to wrap it or anything. But generally, you have usually been recommended to try any spells that you think could either break the object that is containing the energy, but do be aware that that will disperse the energy directly where you are, or finding magical ways to subdue the energy or dismiss it in some way.
So I am going to, from my safe distance away, shout out, I think guild policy says we're supposed to smash it, but maybe not like right next to it. Do you guys have like a smash from far away spell or something?
Well, just as you say that, and I turn towards my kelp, and I'm like, "Come here, kelp," and then the kelp moves over, and then it disappears because it lasts for a minute. Is that right?
Yep, the kelp is basically getting ready to slap the gem, and it just...
Well,
maybe you guys should back up before you try that again.
That's all I got.
I can approach, and can I, how big is the gem?
A direwolf could fit it in their mouth.
I will fit it into my mouth, and hearing what everyone's been saying, I will take it in my mouth, walk 50 feet into a corner where no one is, so...
Alright.
I will go to this pew, and I will try to gnaw on it just with my sheer teeth to try and break it.
Alright. Okay. Roll a bite attack.
Oh, it was.
Oh no, it's
like sliding around in your mouth. You can't like really get a good grip on it to really like chomp down on it. And then it's like all covered in saliva, and it's just not going well.
Shamefully, I spit it, leaving it out on the pew, and just kind of whimper, hopping slowly back to the party.
Okay.
That was a good try, Fluffles. Darn.
So since that's apparently what we're trying to do, I assume I picked my bow back up at some point.
Uh-huh.
And Joffrey will... Bashira, why don't you step back a little bit, friend, as he gets down on one knee and gets ready to try and take a steady shot on this gem from...
This Bashira is fake. He's a wolf.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so
It
you
is
are in the
Fluffles.
clear.
That's right, with Shiro's Fluffles.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a shot at the gem with my bow.
Okay.
Because I'm not getting next to it. That'd be silliness. Attack with advantage. Does a 13 hit it?
A 13 does hit it. Roll your damage.
And I'm assuming I don't get sneak attack on it because it's an inanimate object.
You do not get sneak attack on it.
Alright, so 9.
Okay. Yes, you are able to pierce it with an arrow, shattering it. It was dropped around here, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so... What? Stop it, computer. Okay, so... Bashira is in the second range. And then the rest of you are in the third range. Okay. Bashira, as Wolf, you take 15 points of necrotic damage.
Ah!
And the rest of you, take 13 points of necrotic damage.
No save!
No save.
Sick.
As basically like a cloud of necrotic energy rushes out of this gem and spreads across, basically filling the whole church up for a moment. It stings your eyes, you all cough, and... Oh, you're not concentrating anymore, but that's fine. As your eyes sting for a minute and you sort of shake it off, feeling kind of your lungs wanting to close up from breathing in the noxious fumes, you see the necrotic damage or necrotic energy dissipate, and with it you do notice that the necrotic energy and essence that had sort of spread around the floors and in the cracks seems to be slowly dissipating as well.
Well, that hurt a lot. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. But good job, I think.
I just do that thing where dogs take their hind leg and scratch behind their ear.
Alright.
Yeah, this is okay.
Joffrey is still gonna go up to these collapsed stairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna cure wounds
Kind of
myself.
spitting some blood out as he does. How difficult does it look to like move enough rubble out of the way to get down these steps?
It looks pretty difficult. It seems to have like caved in on itself, so it would take a while, and they're pretty large chunks of stone. So you would either be taking a while to move them or to break them and then move the smaller pieces.
And where the gem exploded, did it happen to blast a crater down into this basement that I want to get into?
It did not. It was just the shattering was just like, like kind of like glass shards on the floor.
Yeah.
And then the energy was just a cloud.
That's why we need strong people in these sorts of endeavors.
Well, I can kind of move things.
So Joffrey's gonna look over at the group and be like, does anybody else curious about, this basement? Maybe clues as to where evil splody ouchy thing came from, yes?
Yeah, there might be more skeletons though.
Up
if
and
that's
run over to Geoffrey.
Y'all are real eager.
I was gonna say, do we want to try and take some sort of a rest and heal up a little bit before we start digging a hole into nowhere?
Well,
Are we allowed to take a short rest right now?
You can technically, but we are a half hour over session time as well. So, I can just tell you that there is nothing exciting in the basement.
God dang it. Joffrey, look, you did a great job recommending us go down there. We were down there for dang near 30 minutes searching, and we didn't find anything. But it was a great idea. So.
The real reason that those steps were there was originally you were going to be able to go to an upstairs and a downstairs part, and then I went, this quest needs to finish in 2 hours. There is the main room. Originally the gem was going to have been in the basement. So your instincts were correct in wanting to go there, but I realized partway through, I was like, that's no.
No me gusta.
Yes. But yeah, so that you guys are able to return to the guild.
Quest complete!